How's everybody doing? Hey, zippity doo dah. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Carmen. Hey, Pamela. Hey, Tanks. Alan, good to see you. Thank you for inviting your followers. Thank you so much. Hey, Baggy. Hey, Jerry. Good morning, Zippity. Hey, Daniel. Danielle. Niderhelm. Alan, good to see you. The real Amy Gray. Wow. How are you? Hey, Chessie. Good morning. Hey, USMC. That was a long name. All right. Thank you for coming. Hope you have your duck tap. You're not in the Senate gallery. Oh, my God. Hope you have your duct tape. I'm trying to hang. No problem, Carmen. If you can't, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Before we get started, I want to quickly just read a couple of little verses from Psalm 140. I'm going to put in Judge Kavanaugh's name and President Trump's name in this prayer. So I want for everybody to, as I'm saying Psalm 140, hey, drama free, Marilyn, I want you to think about Judge Kavanaugh and President Trump. Deliver President Trump and Judge Kavanaugh, O Lord, from evil men. Preserve them from violent men who plan evil things in their hearts. They continually gather together for war. They sharpen their tongues like a serpent. The poison of asps is under their lips. Keep President Trump and Judge Kavanaugh, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve them from violent men who have purpose to make their steps stumble. The proud have hidden a snare for them and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set traps for them. Thank you, my Lord. Yes, Pamela. And God, please hear our prayers on that. There's enough to, yeah, okay, bye, Tin Man. I think the Scarecrow needs you. I think there's enough to know now how serious things are. Every day is an absolute crisis. Hey, Patrick, Democrats have taken dozens of cheap shots but have not laid a glove on Kavanaugh. Exactly. Because there's nothing, well, there's only one thing. Cory Booker, who, again, this morning, Mr. Obstructionist, yeah, well, Henry, you're a racist, so you have to leave. Hey, Marlene. Cory Booker first saying, oh, I'm going to release information. I know it's confidential. I know it's private. I know I shouldn't, but hey, you know, I'm a rebel. Hey, Lori. Yes, Jesus, place your protection around them in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, Pamela. So Cory wants to come out and show you what kind of person he is and how you should vote for him for president. And he's laying a precedent right now. He's talking about, oh, well, this is civil disobedience. The hearings are a joke, Danielle. Holier than thou attitude, absolutely. Cory Booker is an ignoramus. Yeah, he really is, but he's a bozo. But he's trying so hard. And then all the other senators on the Democrat side, oh, if something happens to my buddy Cory, then, you know, I want to be in there too. So let it be me. Let it be me. Hey, Robin, good morning. Let me stand with my brother Cory. Okay, I wish you all could be thrown right out. I know, expel Cory and the rest of them. I wish they could. Of course they won't. They're not going to do anything. But I love what Grassley said. How much longer are you going to repeat the same thing over and over and over? That Cincinnati active shooter situation is over. There were, unfortunately, 2 dead, 5 injured. And I believe the shooter is dead as well, the reports that are coming out. Oh, Kamala Harris is positioning for 2020. Again, no wonder the American people can't stand Congress. And no wonder the American people doesn't trust Congress. Hey, Teresa. Good to see you, too. The hearings are great, exposing the Democrats for what they are, evil. Absolutely, Patrick. Absolute evil. Obstructionists don't follow rules, set their own rules, decide what they think should be done, what shouldn't be done. Lawlessness, you name it. But, I mean, seriously, odd number for shooting seems like a pattern. Well, I don't know. But absolutely insanity what you're watching there in the chambers. And they go on and on and on and talk about how this has never been done and blah, 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 blah. And I liked what Mike Lee had to say. Look, this information that we're being given is privileged information. A law that we wrote in Congress about presidential privileged information. This isn't our information to do with it what we want. And I love the fact that what he said. So another congressperson said, I think it was one from North Carolina, go ahead and talk about releasing. Good morning, Miss Andrew Vaughn. How are you? Go ahead and release the information. Hey, Chicago Pops, the rule of law is disappearing in the Senate and everywhere else, Chicago Pops, I agree. But release this information and see how much information you get in the future. Most of mass shootings have been the odd number, the timing around Kavanaugh hearings also. What surprises you? The fact that the New York Times came out with an op-ed, the fact that Woodward's book sucks, all of that time to come out right around Kavanaugh. Hey, Cully. These people are absolute obstructionists. And with Booker saying, oh, this is civil disobedience, I thought civil disobedience basically was for the common man and woman, not for Congress, not for you to go and tout your political BS. Yeah, Boomer, I have no idea about that. But it's absolutely ridiculous what we're seeing. I hope that they move into a private conversation for however long it takes this afternoon, which they said they would do, and then go ahead and vote for this man. Did not seem to bother Dems when they dropped the ACA in Congress for a vote at last minute. No, exactly. You have to read it. Well, you have to vote for it before you can read it. Woodward should be ashamed of himself for writing lies. Now, Danielle, I don't know. Too many people anymore aren't ashamed. There's no such thing as morals anymore. There's no such thing as shame. It's go ahead and do whatever you want. Hey, Teresa. I mean, literally, we've watched our country just going down the tubes. It's what we're seeing. And they might as well, they're flushing it as fast as they can. There is no more shame. Nope. No more shame. Do as you want. No more shame in the media. That's for sure, Chicago Pops. Good versus evil now. Yep. Boomer's been that way all along. We're just seeing it really in real-time play right now. Let me see. Here's I want to give you a little bit more breaking news before we talk about some of these things. The DOJ, this was a breaking news this morning per the AP, is going to announce charges in connection with North Korea and the hacking of Sony Pictures. Can I just say, I could care less. I could care less. Seriously, I could care less. You sit there and you have Hillary Clinton, whose every email went to the Chinese, no doubt, from her server, or Chinese and anybody else, on a server that wasn't even, held confidential, as a private server. And you're going to sit here and tell me you're going after North Korea for hacking of Sony Pictures? I could care less. Collapse of the Roman Empire is history. Absolutely. And we're watching history repeat itself. It's a distraction, yep. A total distraction. All Jeff can do is go and speak in front of a crowd and bring some obscure type thing like this. If you want to do something, Jeff, first of all, put on your big boy pants and get back in charge of the DOJ, which you haven't really been in charge of since you started. And then get out there and do something that the American public wants. Not this BS with North Korea and Sony Pictures. Yes, and CIA agents killed in China probably due to her email access. No doubt, Jerry. No doubt. And yet, nothing. Those China emails were confiscated by Snowden. Well, Snowden and whoever else got a hold of them. I mean, it's ridiculous that we sit here day after day and watch the corruption as clear and evident as possible. And yet, the DOJ does nothing. And no, I don't believe in the alphabet that, trust the plan and somehow, somewhere, it's all going to come to pass and we're all going to be, Mueller and President Trump have been working together all along. No, sorry, don't believe it. Satan has become emboldened as the last days approach. Oh, absolutely, big time. And unfortunately, Satan has a lot of people working on his side. I mean, look at the Senate hearing. Look at those people who have reportedly been paid in cash that are standing there protesting. No, I don't believe it either, Danielle said. Trump should clean house and reload like college football does. Yeah. Yeah, he really should. Gonna have to. It's like Sessions has lost all brain cells. I know, Robin. I know. Hey, Lee. Jack exposed that letter on One American News last night. Yes, he did, Chezzy. And it was amazing to watch. I was watching on Periscope when he came on and talked about it. I had already watched his YouTube video. And it's amazing how Jack Posobiec was everybody's darling about, up until about a month ago. Hey, Kim. And all of a sudden, when he exposes the truth, then everybody hates him. I appreciate your show, darling. Thank you. You're welcome, Boomer. And so all of a sudden now, Jack Posobiec, the guy that everybody trusted up until yesterday, is no longer trustworthy. He's a jerk. He's wrong. Hey, Alexis, I hate you, Jack. All that. I mean, I couldn't believe. Sorry, I was hung up listening to Perry to hearings on the phone. Okay. Barbara, he stole Laura Loomer's work. No, he didn't steal Laura Loomer's work. People came to him. People talked to him. He talked to them. And he and Laura Loomer know each other. They are turning on him. So sad. I know, it's so sad. So, I mean, here he goes and he does this work. And other people have done this work too. And they expose what is the truth. And nobody wants to see it. No, everybody who was saying that would rather, which letter did Jack write? I think you know, Lori. The letter that everybody is... A letter of the alphabet. But now everybody suddenly hates Jack Posobiec because they would rather believe a lie and follow a lie than believe the truth. I honestly think that people are so desperate to believe in something. They're believing in the wrong stuff. Yeah, it comes after P. And they would rather believe a lie than have nothing to believe in. I heard 120 to 130 federal whistleblowers are backstopping Trump. Yes, Q followers not open to hear anything. I tried on one person. He's brainwashed. We thank God for exposing the truth. Praying for Jack today. Exactly, Alexis. I mean, come on. As I said, these same people followed Jack up until a couple of days ago. They thought Jack was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And now Jack, because he exposed the truth, is crap suddenly. It's terrible. And whether you believe it or not, you could say, oh, well, great, I disagree with Jack, and kind of move on. He didn't really expose anything. If this guy was the original Q, why hide yourself? Yeah, he did. Go look at the One America News and look at their YouTube. Talks about who those people were, that microchip and whoever the hell else the other people are, and those people on the Patriot soapbox and everybody else. Anybody and everybody who wants to go in. No, it's not an anonymous source. He told you who it was. Go look at the YouTube. I do not hate him. I rather hate Q, but would care less. Stupid is as stupid does, Barbara said. Then he exposed who the person was. So you can believe it or not. Do not hate him. I rather hate Q. Okay. That's your bot talking for you, Barbara. Yeah, microchip and some other people. I mean, I don't care who these people are, and I don't really care if people want to believe in whatever a letter of the alphabet you want to believe in and what other person you want to follow. You're being misled. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Here's what Q has said in the past, that Mueller and President Trump are working together to uncover the deep state. Do you think that's true? Do you think that's true? Do you think that Sessions is going to come out and we should trust Sessions and he's going to have all this big plan? They said on Q that Hillary Clinton was going to be arrested last October. Did that happen? I also remember Q saying that Podesta was going to be arrested over the weekend. Did that happen? Yeah, it's better to believe the truth. And people are getting rich off of it, totally rich off of it. And that's okay. If you want to throw your money at somebody who's misleading you, that's your right to do so. Have fun doing it. But my gosh, let's be honest about it. Barbara's well liked by everyone, unfortunately by bots too. I know, the bots just love her. So, I mean, again, if people, Q's all lies, Robin said, if people want to make money off of it and you want to pay those people money for misleading you, then by all means, do so. If you got that kind of cash laying around that you want to do that, that's fine. Personally, I would rather believe in God. I would rather follow God and no one else. Then you can't go wrong. God's not charging me money. God's not misleading me. And again, if you're selling a product or you have something you want to do, it's okay to charge money. But for God's sakes, when you're here's the way I would be. If I'm going to mislead you, which I would never do intentionally, but let's say I were that type of individual, I'd say, hey, look, guys, this is all BS, and I'm misleading you. So if you want to pay me, that would be great. I mean, I would be that honest to tell you that I'm misleading you. Amen to that, Susan. Lee said. I mean, why do you lie to people and think it's okay? And some of you people out there who claim to be Christians and you're lying to people and you think it's okay to do that, oh my gosh. Listen, you're going to have to you don't have to say anything to me, but you're going to have to atone for that someday. That's right. Seek ye first, then all these things shall be added to you. Yeah. So I don't know. Sorry, but it's caused so many problems, and it's going to continue to. If you don't send money, and when you view videos with ads or links on the videos you click, it makes money. Yes, it does. People, when you get 150,000 viewers or whatever, those people who are putting those videos on there and talking about it are getting a lot of money. Seek his wisdom, yes, Alexis. But let's not take it out on Jack. I don't even know Jack. I watch his videos. Exactly. So why is the originator of Q hiding? Why not show face and voice and show real proof? Well, probably lands because they want to go ahead in the future and mislead you again. That's all I can say. When you look at my Periscope and you look at my Twitter and you look at my YouTube, it says what my name is. You know why? Because I'm not hiding from you. I'm not hiding anything, and I'm not misleading you. So all these people with their little names, and I get it. If you have jobs and you're out there worried about your jobs, then perhaps you shouldn't be on Twitter in the first place or any other social media. Maybe it's not for you. If you can't say who you are, for whatever reason, maybe people shouldn't trust you so much, and people shouldn't follow you. But again, people are going to do what they do. So if you gotta come up with a fake name, now that's your business too. But then don't expect people when they don't believe you because you have a fake name. People are free to watch what they want. Just be open to hear different facts that they may expose things. That's right. Don't be sheeple. Jack's not doing anything wrong. Jack's out there believing and trying to do what he's doing. Follow me in real. I am who I am. You can pay me anytime if you got money to spare. Exactly, Barbara. Periscope keeps videos forever. That's right, Chezzy. Yeah, I have a Patreon account. If you wanna spend money, go to my Patreon account. In the search bar, put in Susan Knowles. I will accept donations from you. I'm not lying to you. I'm not misleading you. But I would be grateful to get money for what I do every day and prepare for every day and other shows I do and articles I write. I'm not. You don't have to, but I'm just saying I'm legitimate. I'm not misleading. But I'm not the person that people want to pay money to for donations. They would rather pay it to somebody who misleads them and sensationalizes everything. So, there it is. Life's not fair. And I've noticed followers are leaving. I started talking about money and people left. No, follow me. I got the real world. Are you afraid of the truth? There you go, Barbara. It's funny. You start talking the truth and people just, woo, let me run out of here. Wow. Hey, Max, good to see you. I'll take money, too, for all my animals. Exactly. Kim, I got 4 animals. I could use it. Hey, Junior. So, but, I mean, my gosh, let's stop, going after people who are telling you the truth and are trying to keep you out of trouble. Just, say thank you, I disagree, or I agree, and then move on. That's all you have to do. So, yesterday... Alex Jones and Marco Rubio. Marco kept saying, I don't know who you are, man. I don't know who you are. And Alex made the mistake of touching him. The DNC is desperate for funds because everyone is donating to the GoFundMe account, Strzok, for example. Exactly, Peter Strzok and all the other people. Yeah, I'm hoping by now that some of the Democrats are starting to wake up about how they've been misled and about where their party has gone. That they've gone so far to the left. I think Alex Jones yesterday, I don't know. I have weird names follow me recently on YouTube and I never post videos. It makes me wonder if it's the weirdos who attack you. Yeah, it could be, Robin. I mean, there's so many out there, so many bots, so many weirdos. Alex Jones yesterday, he was kind of sensationalizing in the hallway with Marco. He's like, oh, Marco says he's going to come after me. Marco didn't say that. He just said, I don't need to call the police. I'll take care of it myself. And then, Alex had to make this little joke about him kind of being small. And then Laura Loomer, I think Laura kind of hurt herself yesterday by standing up in the meeting with Jack Dorsey. I get her point, but how is that any different than those people in the back of the room with Kavanaugh? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just true. So, and the guy, the Republican who's sitting there being an auctioneer, that was a little weird too. Rubio was talking about Russia interference in elections, not the silicon censoring. No, I know. I understand that. And I understand why Alex was there. I just think Laura and Alex are probably there together. He probably sent her there, and that's why he probably had her go in the back of the room, stand up, and do what she did. And it didn't really give her positive publicity. It was more negative than positive yesterday, unfortunately. And they didn't really mention her name. There's a time and a place to speak out. There is. Absolutely is. The only difference is I don't know that Laura was paid cash yesterday, for doing that. Alex Jones is not known by all who was time for the live version of the National Enquirer, Barbara said. Yeah, they kept saying to Marco, InfoWars, InfoWars, and Alex kept saying, he knows who I am, he knows who I am. So, I don't know. I mean, who cares? I don't think he liked the fact also that Marco was going to be censoring. He thinks that social media should be censored. He also said, after Alex spoke to him, that he wished that mainstream media wouldn't report about Alex Jones because it gives crazy people a platform. There's another bot for Barbara. Barbara bots. We're just going to call them Barbara bots from now on. Bye, bot. Now, in another move, desperate move, I think, by Robert Mueller, he has subpoenaed Jerome Corsi now to testify before the grand jury. So, he's still trying to go after Roger Stone. He's still trying to go after anything he can do to get to the president. Getting bots is like catching a disease. I know, Alan. It's like, I think Marco knew who he was. He was just acting better than... Yeah, Chesney, it's hard to tell. Let's do a man on the street interview. Bet most do not know Jones. Yep. Jerome Corsi, what the heck? I know this will just give Jerome Corsi more popularity among his followers. Good Alex Jones impression. Thanks, Carmen. I don't know that Jerome Corsi has anything to add to Mueller. Mueller's going to say, what did Roger Stone say to you? Good God, get off of it, Mueller. Move on. Shut down your investigation, your illegal investigation. Roger Stone knows a lot about U.S. history. Yeah, I don't know what Roger knows. What does Corsi know? Nothing. Roger Stone knows. I don't think Jerome knows anything. He may have had a conversation with Roger Stone at one time. Maybe Mueller is going to ask him about Q, because remember, Jerome Corsi used to believe in Q until Jerome Corsi found out that it was really pretty much a lie. And I don't know, Jerome was charging people, and somebody on the Q side didn't like that and spoke out about him, and that's when Jerome started becoming suspicious that maybe this wasn't Q. See, I don't think Jerome knew that there were several people that were getting paid and they didn't want to share their money. Charlie said he's a crackpot. Well, Charlie, if you've ever read his book about partners in crime, you might feel a little bit different about that. He certainly is a good author, and that was all about the Clintons and the Clinton Foundation. What's Q got to do with Russians exactly? Stone should counter-question Mueller about the 9/11 investigations Mueller hid. And not only that, but he should talk to him about Uranium One and everything else. I know how bots work, and I watched Music Scope last night. Lots of men watch it, so they must follow. Of course, he is smart. That's right, Jerry. He is smart. You may not like Corsi, but he is smart. Ann Newton, I've got pair. Oh, hey, Ann. How are you? Good to see you. Yay, Periscope. Now you can retweet, Ann. Yeah, I think that whole thing with talking to Mueller is going to be about Roger Stone. I really do. They watch porn, then the bots follow you to the next, so guys know that. A lot of people made money off of Q t-shirts, apps, YouTube giving money. Oh, Chesy, tons. As Jack said yesterday, there is one of the people that do Q, and I know who that is, but I'm not going to repeat the name, has 500 on Patreon. He believes oil comes from the center of the earth rather than being produced by, I don't know, I'm getting technical savvy. The 9/11 investigations in California sent by Bush for Mueller to cover up microbes, Charlie said. Yeah, there's so much that is wrong with the Mueller investigation. So much wrong with Mueller. You know, they sat there today, Booker and all those people, because the information that's coming from George Bush's personal, privileged information is Bill Burke, or I think that's his name. He's an attorney, and they don't want Bill Burke because he knows the Bushes and he's been an attorney for them and Don McGahn and somebody else I can't remember. But they don't want him to be the one, the litmus test that sits there and decides what should be shown to the American public or not. It's like, are you kidding me? Because they think the guy is prejudiced in some way or has a conflict. You can say that with a straight face when you think Mueller should be the special counsel. You're crazy. Hey, Alfonso. Hey, Zippity Doo Dah. Zippity, I can't remember if I said hello to you, but I mean, it is insanity. They use the same thing against us. That they say we shouldn't do, that's what they do. They are asking Kavanaugh about his religion. Ugh. Hey, I'll save them time, Barbara. He's Catholic. That's not a secret. We've heard that before. The only Turkey problem there is that you have Erdogan in power. Is that good enough for the Turkey answer for you? Do you have a man? Yes, I do. I do. I wrote an article on the New York Times op-ed. It's at SusanKnowles.com. Boy, you talk about desperation. You talk about trying to create stuff, trying to do anything that you possibly can to derail what this president has done for this country. That was shameful. They're trying to find out if he'll overturn Roe versus Wade. Chesney, he's said that 5,000 times. He's not going to give them a yes or no answer. Booker should ask our source religion. Exactly. I liked what the other guy, one of the Republicans, said. He said, let's just go ahead and right now say, let's everybody in here in Congress reveal our emails. I think it was Tillis from North Carolina. Reveal our emails about the Kavanaugh hearing. So let's all do that right now. And you know what? You could have heard a pin drop in the room. Nobody was going to talk about that. Nobody was going to agree to that. Hey, Jules, I didn't know you were in here. So, again, they're all talk, but they're no do. They talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. And it's crazy. Because they're pretty crazy. And they bring it out, that shut them down. Yeah, that basically... here's an op-ed by an anonymous person, but don't worry, New York Times says, but don't worry, we know who they are. Well, that's really great. Here's who I think it is. I think it's basically a Obama holdover, and I would be looking to see who takes long lunches, who takes private phone calls more than anybody else, who's been acting kind of funny for the last, I don't know, several weeks to a month. You'll find that person. Now, I've been told by people, oh, the Las Vegas odds maker say that it's Vice President Pence. Okay, first of all, odds makers aren't always right. Second of all, if Vice President Pence is the Christian as he says he is, he's not going to do something like that. He's going to go and he's going to talk to the president person to person. And then if he really feels that there's something wrong, he's going to go and talk to the correct authorities. He's not going to do some stupid op-ed that is filled with narcissism. When I read that, you know what came to mind? And I put this in my article. James Comey, James Clapper, and John Brennan. That's what came to my mind. That's the same people that would write something like that. What's your cupcake, Charlie? They have too much to hide. They would never reveal their emails. I know, Robin, they never would. But they want everybody else to reveal everything, even if it's privileged information. Yeah, Saul Alinsky, yep. I would be surprised if it was Coward. Yeah. You know what? I don't know that Jeff would have done that. It didn't sound like him, Junior. Nope, it's holdover. Dim check Jared's office. Yeah, it's a robot. What's the robot, Charlie? Yes, it sounds familiar. Yep. Hey, Bob. It sounded so familiar. The alarm bells just went ringing off, and you know it's somebody who's sitting in there, who's part of the resistance, even though they say, "Oh no, I'm not really part of the resistance." No, it's a janitor. Barbara said. You know, I think the janitor would have more respect, Barbara. Honestly, I really do. I really do. I think it's an Obama holdover that has a menial job, kind of like, I don't know, Omarosa, who would come up with some crap like that. Who would think, I'm going to go out and do what's best for your country because I think it is, rather than allowing the American people to do it. No, it's not Mitch McConnell's wife. And I mean, like, how dare you? Yeah, Omarosa, there you go. How dare you do that? You're right. It could be that Clarence revoked Brennan. I'm telling you, it's a holdover. It's somebody who is trying, just like the rest of the resistance, to overthrow a sitting president. It may not be the legal definition of overthrowing the government, but they're trying to overthrow a sitting president. That's what they're doing. And you know, here's another thing that came out yesterday, and I love the fact the president said, "Look, you know, you should turn over." Hey, Bruce, you should turn over the name of that person. It's totally contrived, reads like a high school essay. It's worse. Zero Hour thinks it may be Sarah Flores, DOJ communications head. She knows Maggie and Peter. Nah, I don't think so. Is it even worth reading the New York op-ed? No. No, Junior. Have you eliminated... Oh, please. Bob, I think this letter is fake by the New York Slimes, Cully said. It could very well be. It could also be somebody else who, again, is in a junior position calling himself a senior official. And I noticed how the New York Times came back and said, oh, wait, we didn't say it was a he or a she. We retract that. I agree with Cully. Yeah, Junior thinks it might be made up. I mean, they are so... There's nothing they won't do anymore. Are you being shadow banned, Susan? YouTube shows only 6 people watching. Keep bringing the truth. It will prevail. Tara Wells, I've been shadow banned on Twitter, Periscope, and probably here. Yeah, so... I have less people on YouTube, though. I have more subscribers, but less people that come to YouTube. A lot of people don't know I'm on YouTube, and a lot of people don't like YouTube. So everybody's on Periscope right now. But yes, I get shadow banned daily. Thank you. Maybe it's a senior citizen official, Ellen said. I see. Yeah. So, I mean, basically you just have to... Anything that you see, take it with an absolute grain of salt. It's probably no longer true. Woodridge... Woodward did it to deflect his bad book. I think Woodward just tried to chime in with everybody else to try to sell his book. Dana Perino said to the source, you shouldn't be lapping up the benefits of being a senior admin official while no doubt scouting for lucrative opportunity when you leave your posh job. So in other words, let's go out and make a name for ourselves so that we can get hired by CNN, maybe the New York Times, maybe other people. So, I mean, that's exactly what they're trying to do. And I got suspended for calling Durbin by his first name. Jules, that's great. Unbelievable. Woodward Dollar General, yeah. It's embarrassing. Woodward, he's embarrassing. Really embarrassing. I see you every day on YouTube with no problems, less trolls too. I know, Robin. I wish people would go to YouTube, but they're afraid of it. If you guys would you please retweet this? We're past the halfway point. I would really appreciate it. Yeah, that was her mistake. She put little before his first name. Thank you for retweeting this. I really appreciate it. We know Costco CEO pushed Hillary's book over the Bible. Pfft, of course. Of course. Couple more things that have come out that you guys should be aware of that are probably going to come up in the future little or tricky works. There you go. Um, Gutierrez. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you for the super hearts. I appreciate it. Gutierrez from Illinois. I know y'all don't care about the vaping industry, but Durbin is trying to destroy us. Harm reduction. Well, look and see where the money trail is. There. Just cleaning off graffiti at your work. Oh my gosh, Daniel. You wrote one book once and it was a smear to bring down a setting president, so he did it again. Woodward, yeah. So, anyway, here's the thing. Gutierrez from Illinois. He came out yesterday, penned a letter to the president asking him to resign. He basically said, spare the nation of a national spectacle of impeachment. So, once again, if you don't believe, and I don't mean you guys, but whoever's listening to the replay and other people, if you don't believe this is more about saving the republic than anything else, by your vote in 2018 and 2020, if this isn't enough to convince you, I don't know what will convince you. They want impeachment, nothing else. They don't care. You know, they don't care that Vice President Pence would be the next in line. They'll get rid of him too if they have to. They will get rid of whoever is standing in their way. And so if you can't get people to get out and vote, then I don't know what I don't know what will motivate people to get out and vote. Robin said they are determined to impeach him. Vote, vote, vote. Absolutely. No one is getting impeached. Well, Barbara, no one is getting impeached on legal grounds. But since when do the Democrats follow the law? They don't. And they may bring impeachment just to have another drawn-out 2-year process or however long. Look how long the Mueller thing has been going on. Like 2 years, for God's sakes. Ridiculous. And this is what the Democrats do. They want to make the president look bad in the public. That's why every single solitary day is a crisis. Tell them, come take it. Democrats should be locked up. Well, the ones who are doing things illegally should be, Bob. Now, let me just tell you about Gutierrez, because this is important for all you people who care about what goes on in Chicago and the rest of the world. Chicago over the weekend, 2 dead, 34 injured on Sunday in a 30-hour period. Now, back in 2017, when Gutierrez automatically just quickly said, you know what, I'm going to retire. I'm not going to seek re-election. He just basically did it abruptly. I went and did some research. Even Politico felt that it was absolutely ridiculous that he just out of the clear blue decided, I'm just going to retire. I'm not going to seek re-election. I think I've put 2 and 2 together, and I think I know what's going on. You know, just a few days ago, who did you hear was not going to seek re-election? Anybody remember? Is defamation of character illegal? Yes, it is, Daniel, but there are different levels of defamation that you have to prove when you are a public figure versus a private citizen. Yes, Rahm Emanuel is going to not seek re-election. And it's coming up just at the same time. Guess who's going to be ready and able, because they have retired from Congress? Who's going to be able to be the mayor? Who's going to run for mayor? Any guesses? Any guesses? Nope. No, think about what I'm saying. One person is free, not gonna seek re-election as the mayor. The other person last year said, I'm not gonna seek re-election as a congressman. No, Cully, not Chris Cuomo, not Omarosa. Though that might be a possibility. Who I'm talking about, a crackhead. Okay, that Daniel, you're getting closer. Bob says who? Well, I'm talking about Gutierrez. If he's free, he's no longer a congressperson, and he steps down, Rahm Emanuel just so happens in saying, I'm not going to run for re-election. For me, it's setting it up for Gutierrez to run in his home state of Illinois as the mayor of Chicago. Obama should have been impeached in the first year, broke so many laws, the majority of Congress should be jailed, Robin said, and Max got it right, Gutierrez. Yep. Oh my gosh, Cully said, makes sense. Yep, Gutierrez. It's kind of one of those things, a wink wink and a nod nod. Like, okay, you know what? Let's do some timing here. You go ahead and you announce that you're retiring, and I'll wait till 2018 and I'll say I'm not going to run for re-election, and then you can just step on right on in. And so also, as we are setting this up for our running for the mayor in Chicago, yeah, switch roles, could be Alan. We're going to also come out against the president and ask him to step down so we don't have to impeach him, because this is going to look good in front of my people in Chicago. That's exactly what's happening, I think. So we'll find out when it comes time for the election exactly what's happening. What really gets me too about Gutierrez, the things that he said were, I think, pretty close to getting him sued for defamation. These liberals don't need orders or directions. They know their agendas like they're... Yeah, they do. They're like roaches. They are, Boomer. They do. They know exactly what they need to do. Same crap, different day, Charlie said. Yep. It never really ends. It really doesn't. And if these people think, and these people mean the Democrats or anybody who likes the Democrats, if people really think these socialists coming in, these young socialists, are going to be any different, no. Not going to be any different. Not going to be any different. In fact, it's going to be worse, but I'm just, not going to be different. Rush Limbaugh said that about liberals. Oh, did he? Well, he's right. But Gutierrez, in talking to people, said that he claimed that Trump had led a vast criminal enterprise for decades, and that he's engaged in criminal activity since he's been in the White House. I mean, seriously? See, President Trump is not going to bring a cause of action against him, and he knows it. Why? Because if you can't go after a sitting president for those types of things, like they want the president right now to be indicted, they want the president to have to sit for a deposition, they want the president to have to defend civil suits and criminal suits and anything else. If the president's saying, no, I don't have to do that while I'm in office, which, by the way, he's correct, then these people will say, well, if you come after me and you have time to come after me, then you should allow us to come after you while you're in office. So nothing's going to happen, and these people know that. And that's why they do what they do. Catch-22 against Trump. That's right, Boomer. And if you sit and listen to these people, too, on the Kavanaugh hearing, I'm numb to this now. Let them scream and cry and stomp their feet. I know, Charlie. But if you listen to these people on the Senate, most of the people that you're seeing on the Senate in that committee are attorneys. They know the law. They know what they're talking about. They know how to get around the law. They know how the ins and outs. They know how to mix the words and manipulate the words and everything else. They're talking about today, well, but if we are in trial and we get this and we need that. They keep comparing this Kavanaugh confirmation hearing to a trial, because most of these people are trial lawyers. That's what they are. That's who they are. That's what they've been. So they want to conduct it like a trial. They're saying, well, if we didn't get information, something new comes up, we need new information. And they're trying to apply the rules of court to the confirmation hearing. I say they're like spoiled children. They didn't get their way, so they're having tantrums. Yep, Kamala Harris sounds very smart. Bob, then you need to see a doctor. Lowest form of life. That's right, Charlie. Does anybody on here have proof Kaepernick converted to Islam? No, Boomer. I don't pay that much attention to him to know or care. All I know is that indicted for winning. That's it. That's right, Robin. Seriously, if President Trump weren't put in office by God, I don't think he would have been able to withstand this. Barbara said he might have converted. I have no idea. Kaepernick is friends with Sarsour. Oh, well, then Boomer, probably. If he hasn't converted, he will. I think, isn't his girlfriend, I know she's with Black Lives Matter. Isn't she Muslim as well? Mike said he's a Muslim. Yeah. Yeah, so, well, nothing surprising. I'm sure, yeah, she is. Okay. So, yeah, she's not going to hang around with a Christian. Kaepernick's girlfriend is Muslim. So, yeah, pretty much if he hasn't, he will. So, if these politicians not got any real work to do, they are spending their days at this trial. I know, Ann. Yeah, they have work to do. They just don't want to do it. He's a jerk for sure. That's right. Kaepernick is. No, Bob, that's pretty much a generalized statement you're making there. No man can remove Trump without God allowing it, and that's true. Absolutely true. And as long as President Trump, and we want to keep him focused on God, as long as he keeps doing God's will, as long as God wants him there, he'll be there. Mike, where did you find about Kaepernick being Muslim? Yeah, prayers, absolutely. Prayers daily and twice on Sunday. more than daily if you can do it. A couple times a day. These sex bots must know I am cool and handsome, Charlie said. Could be, Charlie. Could be. Maybe they've gone to your profile. Do you need ammo? No, you need duct tape, Boomer. You need duct tape. Right around the head. So when your brain tries to explode from all the crap on mainstream media, you'll be able to prevent it from happening. Bernie Sanders has something new. Gotta love Bernie. He's trying to be relevant again. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if Bernie tries to run again. I mean, after all, his wife kind of being indicted. Yeah, paper or plastic. There you go. His wife is being indicted on that little matter of a bank fraud. But good old Bernie. He basically has introduced, he wants to introduce, I think he already has, but he certainly wants to, and he will, introduce a bill called Stop Bezos Act. Bezos, in his Bezos Act, Stop Bezos Act, stands for Bad Employers by Zeroing Out Subsidies Act. And what he wants to do is charge the companies like Amazon with paying federal welfare programs that support the low wages he pays his people. Arizona, no ID for guns. I don't know about Arizona laws. Puerto Rico's mayor is up on federal charges. God, is anybody surprised by that? Tucker Carlson is all for this bill. Well, see, I'm not for any bill that tries to interfere with capitalism, and I think that's what that is. I honestly, Marlene, I don't know about what his feelings are behind it. I mean, is it right that Amazon doesn't pay its people well? You know, there's something you could say there. You could say, well, maybe just don't buy Amazon products, don't go get a job at Amazon, or try to find some violation that they're doing in order to make them have to pay. Or people could go in there and try to start a union, which I'm not for unions really, but for what unions stood for in the past, but not any longer. No one is safe when the legislature is in session. True, Charlie. Very slippery slope for sure. Yeah, it is. It really is. Like Walmart. I don't think Walmart pays very well, and they don't pay a lot of things that you would expect. But how come they're not coming out against Walmart? Why isn't it called the Walmart Act? Bernie's wife was about capitalism versus making money from school. Well, he went, and Bernie, did we forget this? Bernie supposedly went into the bank and said, hey, I'm Bernie Sanders. My wife wants this money for the school. How about you giving her the money? That's what's been reported. Yeah, they moved the K. I'll see Bernie bumper stickers. Oh, you still see Bernie bumper stickers. I would be embarrassed. Yeah, so we're not talking about that when it comes to Bernie. Walmart went left when the old man died, yeah. And we're seeing a lot of that moving left. And I think we're going to see more people moving left, unfortunately. It's the sign of the times in which we are living today. At least they're American companies better than well, better than not. I don't know, Ali. I don't know what that is. Text Dixie. I don't know if you stop, hit enter. A better Alibaba from China. Yeah. Also, I don't know if you heard this because there was no mention made of this really in the news. Is that the dictator Kim Jong Un in North Korea said basically that he was back on board with what Trump wanted. He was going to do what the United States wanted. Bernie's, you paid for vacation, yeah. So you didn't hear that there's progress again with North Korea. They did want to tell you that. Buckley said all organizations move left and let's stop. Yeah, well, I guess he was right. I guess he was right. So anyway, again, you're not going to hear that about North Korea saying, okay, we're back on board. They're meeting again with South Korea. They're trying to move forward, but they're not going to talk about that. Not in the news. They're not going to talk about that. And they're also not going to talk in the news about anything going on in the Vatican, all the sexual abuse allegations. Have you noticed? That's just like, that slid right off the table. We're not going to bring that up. Why? Because we like the Pope. Why do we like the Pope? Because he's on the Democrat side. Yeah, North Korea, and Kim Jong-un basically saying that he's going to get back in line, remove all the nuclear weapons and stuff from North Korea. He said Kim Un has unwavering trust for Trump. That's true, Daniel. Yeah, it seems like they just died. Pedo Pope, Mike said. But they like the Pope because the Pope is socialist. The Pope is a climate change guy. He's on board with all the Democrat ideologies. And just think, one of the best Catholics coming from from Catholicism is Nancy Pelosi. Russia will control the pipeline from Syria. Makes sense about Kim Jong-un. The Pope is gay. How do you know that, Charlie? He needs money, Mike said. And remember, the Pope said the best way to deal with the sexual abuse allegations is to remain silent and pray. Prayers for Japan hit by typhoon and earthquake. Yes. Nancy is a devout Catholic, Chezzy. According, Nancy's in the Word, remember? Catholic Church is broke. North Korea gets Russian oil. Why did Marco punch that guy? Marco didn't punch any guys. Conjecture, Charlie said. Yeah, I don't know that the Catholic Church is broke. I think it is getting more towards that way because of the money they're having to pay out. A lot of these things, though, happening in the Catholic Church, statute of limitations have gone. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Coley was going to bring that up. 2 priests were caught doing sex acts in their car in, I thought that was Chicago, Coley. Was it Florida? I thought I read Chicago. Well, let's say it involved the same thing that Bill Clinton was doing, or Monica Lewinsky was doing to Bill Clinton in the White House. That's the reports. South Beach, Florida. Okay. Well, there you go. Unfortunately, also, maybe this is on my mind, there are a lot of police, well, not a lot, but more than one is a lot, police officers in Chicago who are committing suicide. That's not good. So please pray for the men and women in blue in Chicago, especially, and around the United States, but especially. How about abortion and the Pope? Well, the Pope is against abortion, of course. That is sad, Mike. Very sad. All right, Boomer, thank you for coming in. Hope to see you tomorrow. Take care. Yep, so why can't these priests just get a room? Well, I think they do, Daniel. But I think a lot of these priests, the ones who are gay, live in a, I don't know what they call it, but they live with other priests, like in a dorm situation. So they have no privacy there, I guess, and they probably can't buy a motel, rent a motel room, because that would look suspicious. So, prayers for our police, Robin said. Yes, it is horrible what happens in Chicago. Yep. Starting to sound like the veterans. Cops have a rough job, and this Kaepernick thing isn't making matters any better. No, it's not. And as I've always said, if you think it's so easy being a police officer, just go out one day. All I ask is that you go out one day and ask to do a ride along, and you'll see how horrible, how crappy it is, and how difficult it is. Yeah, a Volkswagen bug in broad daylight. That's what I read too, Cully. That these priests were Volkswagen bug in broad daylight. I mean, nobody said they had to be smart. But yeah, I mean, police officers, don't get a good rap. Yes, read two visiting priests had sex in a car parked in South Beach in daylight. Passerby saw, and Nike endorsed it. Jesse said, Volkswagen cockroach. They had to sweep the human garbage off the streets. Probably. Prayers to all. Got to get back to work. Okay, Patrick. Don't work too hard in that backyard. Yeah. So anyway, we have a few minutes left. I don't have anything else really to talk about. I mean, the Kavanaugh circus. Again, I came out in the scope the other night on Tuesday night and talked about it. Totally disgusted with it. Disgusted at how our legislature has sunk so low. Almost had a heat stroke cutting the grass today. Mike, you got to be careful about that. I've almost had a heat stroke a couple of times, and you can die from a heat stroke. It's murder out there. God trusts Trump, MAGA. Yep. He will still get on the Supreme Court, right? Yes, Chesney. Barring any more unforeseen things, he should be, gosh, hopefully by Friday. Maybe a little longer, but it should be by Friday. I have a prayer request. I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease yesterday. Lori said, oh, Lori, I'm sorry. Lori, we pray for your complete healing of Crohn's disease. We ask the Holy Spirit to put his healing hand on you, Lori, and to heal you completely of the disease, to let you understand what it is that you need to do to help those that are helping you with your disease to be able to help you to get through it, and also that if he would like for you to have complete healing, we ask that the Holy Spirit would perform that miracle on you, Lori, and give you complete healing of the Crohn's disease. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Your baby dog recovered from paralysis after back surgery last week. Thank God, Charlie. Prayers for Lori, everyone. Thank you, Lori. And remember, anytime anybody in here wants to ask for prayer, please don't hesitate. And I know people are talking with each other as well. O'Rourke, what is that? What is that, Jerry? I haven't seen it. Prayers for Kavanaugh and his family. Prayers for Lori, Robin said. Yeah, again, when you have a hearing in the Senate and it's not appropriate to bring your children there anymore, something's wrong with that. God does want complete healing for you, Lori, Alexis said. Text messaging to transport the undocumented to go vote. Oh, that's great. That's great, Jerry. Wow. Unbelievable. Pray for my darling Paulette. Who is that, Charlie? Is that your little dog? We're dog lovers in this scope. Pray for little Paulette. So glad that she's not paralyzed. Was sent out. O'Rourke claims it was not him texting. Yeah, right, exactly. Oh, your girlfriend? Charlie, what's wrong with your girlfriend? Or do you want to say? I mean, is it some health issues or something else? Or if you don't want to say, that's okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, her sister just passed. Wow, that's difficult, Charlie. Pray for God to give her peace and that and her family. Oh, wow. It's difficult. A lot of stuff going on with people lately. A lot of stuff happening all over. And Robin says that she's so sorry. Prayers for all in need. Thank you, Anne, for that. Have a blessed day. All stay safe. Prayers for all who need them. Thank you, Lee. Hope to see everybody back here tomorrow. Oh, okay. And also, if you will, please retweet this. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Aw. Going to vet say, okay, Kim, prayers for Kim's donkey. Maybe have UTI or kidney stones. Pray for complete healing and pray that everything is okay, Kim. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Please retweet. Take care. God bless. All right, everybody on YouTube. Thanks so much. God bless you. We'll talk again tomorrow. Take